Hey family, it's me, Cheryl, trying to set up this phone. Okay, we are going to invite him. All right, it's gonna work this time. Let's see. I'm inviting Mr. Timothy. Here we go. All right, Timothy Riley wants to be in your. Yes, Timothy, there you are. See, look at that. Bring, yes, yes. Add him on here, and voila. The phone is the miracle worker. He should be there. Timothy, are you there? Okay.
Yay.
There.
Hey.
Can you believe this? My phone, okay? I gotta give him a big hug, you guys, because he's been so
Oh,
patient. I need a hug
wow.
now. Oh my
It's
gosh.
amazing.
All right. Tell them because they really want to know, Timothy, and I'll keep my mouth shut so you can tell your story.
Yeah, well, this was my very first liver flush, and all I can say is, wow, did my body have a crash course? Um, like I completely, my body was like, yo, what's going on? Like really, because there were so many things happening at once. For me, as I wrote in the post earlier, I had um, I had been having joint pain and things like that, things that I never had before. So when I came home, I really wanted to get this going because I wasn't eating healthy anymore, not as often as I should, and so I was reading about the liver and gallbladder flush while I was away overseas this summer, and I finally like really understood what I needed to do with my body. So I embarked upon this liver and gallbladder flush. And to prep for it, I basically just went cold turkey with all the junk and everything else. Um, I was eating only fruits and veggies and nuts for the first 5 days of the flush. But that was a breeze. That was like gravy. Like I had no issues with that. Um, and with the flesh, you have to drink the apple juice or either tart cherry juice. And the tart cherry juice is only 8 ounces a day, as opposed to the apple juice, which is 32 ounces a day. But I love apple juice. But by the time I was finished with this flush, like I don't care if I see another bottle of apple juice for a minute. So the next round, I will definitely be using the tart cherry juice because you don't have to have so much juice in your system. But every day, so I was eating like fruits and veggies and nuts. As you know, we talked before that my thing is cashews. I love cashews. So um, that's all I ate and drank distilled water and took the daily dosage. Sipping on it throughout the day, the apple juice. So the first 5 days were like a breeze. That was great. Day six. So I made the comments on, the post on the chat. I mean, on the group page, and people were laughing at me. But y'all, I'm telling you, do not know the crash course my body had. Like it was crazy. So I got up. I had already scheduled my colonic appointment with my hydro therapist. Um, on for the Saturday. So I was having the colonic during the day. So I had, you can't eat 3 hours before you have a colonic. Plus, on the sixth day of the gallbladder flush, you can't eat anything after 1:30. So I actually timed it perfectly because my appointment was for 1 o'clock. But still, I couldn't eat anything 3 hours before. So I actually stopped eating at 10 instead of at 1:30. So um, I
So
went and I
what
had.
time? What time did you get up to drink all those 4 cups of apple juice? Or oh, you can drink, but you can't eat.
Yeah, I was up at 8 actually. So I just sipped on it for the next 2 hours, like consistently, just sitting there, just sipping.
4 cups of apple juice.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah. So and then so I went to the hydrotherapist, and I didn't know what to expect because I had never had a colonic before. I didn't know about, I just knew they put a tube up your, behind. And I had no idea of what, like, was it going to be like a rush of water coming in, and was it going to be like really painful? And then, because uh, men, we don't really think about stuff like that. So anyway, I got there and the people were extremely nice, extremely welcoming, very informative, and also inquisitive. They wanted to know what my reasons were, and why am I doing this, and things like that. And so um, once that we got all of the formalities out of the way, we began with the colonic, and I went live as I was doing it. Um, and well, I posted a video, I should say, as I was
Yeah.
doing it, and it was very uncomfortable, but it was not unbearable. So that was different for me. It was very, very different, and I didn't realize just how backed up my colon was. She told me that my colon was really, really, really backed up. That I had a lot of dried fecal matter, so that um, I had to get rid of that. So, of course, naturally, I signed up for several sessions more, because she did a really good job this first go around, and she really coached me through it. She talked me like off the ledge, so to speak, because I didn't know what to expect going in. But she was very cool and funny, and it helped me to keep my mind, off of what was happening to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that was finished, and I got home. I still had some water in me, so I still had to expel more of the water. And then, yeah, then began the surgery. Because Epsom salt, first of all, it's a very disgusting taste, to really have to, stomach. But I definitely started at 6 p.m. Per the instructions of the liver and gallbladder flush. And I took the first dose, and I can say, like, yeah, maybe 2 hours in to that, right before I took the second dose, I was feeling, I could feel it working already on me, on my system. So I had started expelling, um, um, and it was okay. It was just basically just like the water that I had earlier. It was just being expelled. And
Right.
then on the second dose, I took at 8 p.m. Of the Epsom salt solution, which is basically, you have to take 4 cups of it. So it was 2 tablespoons per 12 ounces. So, like, you're taking this, and woo, yeah, it worked.
But
Like, my
but
body was
when you say the 12 ounces, you're what you did was you did the each dose that you take is usually 6 ounces with
right,
one
right,
table
right. Well, I
four
used, hold on,
times.
I can show you. I used, so, like, 2 mason jars,
Okay.
and
Okay.
each one is 12 ounces.
Okay.
So it allowed me to divide them up into 4.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I just used that because yeah, it made it much simpler than trying to just, calculate, like, taking 4 cups separately. So anyway, by that second dose though, whoo, that's when I made my
Hmm.
post, like, oh my God, this liver and gallbladder flush is the devil.
It's working.
Because
Yeah, it
this, this,
works.
that Epsom salt had me running like I have never run. I just want to take a pillow and just lay on the toilet, because at that point, like, seriously, I was flowing so much. And everything had
Wow.
turned. By that second time, my um, excrement had turned yellow, clear yellow. So it was by that second time. Um, so each time I went, so I took the first dose, and then, like, I would have like 2 to 3 bowel movements. Okay. So each time I was taking it, the bowel movements were increasing.
Wow.
So by that second time, I was up to like 6, 7, 8 bowel movements. So the
Oh my
first
gosh.
3 were like yellow, but then they started turning green.
Okay.
And so they turned green. So I had taken the 8 o'clock dose, and I was like thankful that I didn't have to take any more of that for the night, because I hated it. So you
That's
really
good.
can, like, I had a real lemon, and I would just squeeze the juice into my mouth because the taste is horrid. So you have to have something to coat it, and it helped. It really did.
Yeah.
Um, So I did those two, and then like I said, it started turning green, and just like I started having like this sea of bile as the night progressed.
Okay.
Um, so then 10 o'clock came, and I made my grapefruit and olive oil solution. So I shook that up in the other mason jar that I had. So I've been like
Well,
still by my bed, so it hasn't even been cleaned yet. Like I,
yeah.
because I'm just so weak. It's still,
Yeah.
well, I'm starting to gain strength back now that I'm having food in me again. But um, yeah. So 10 o'clock, I did it just as it said, to really get someplace quiet. Luckily, my neighborhood is pretty quiet, so I don't have to worry about any loud noises at night. So 10 o'clock, I stood by my bed and took the solution and immediately laid down. Um, just like it said, with the lights off, and I was just like really concentrating on like, come on, come on, let's go time, it's go time, so get those out of
Gallstones.
there, get those gallstones out of there. So about 10 minutes in, because you have to lie still for 20 minutes before you can move and do anything, and you have to be quiet.
Yes.
You really have to be still, and you want to give all of your energy on getting those stones to move. So that's really what I did. I just, gave all of my energy to getting those stones to move. And I was like speaking into existence in my head, come on, hundreds of stones, hundreds, come on, So, so about 10 minutes in, I could feel the stones starting to move. And so I started feeling, it felt like gas. It didn't feel like any type of pain or anything. They were just moving, and they were like moving, they were moving from the back to the front.
Yeah.
So they were going like I could feel it on my side, and then like going moving slowly to the front. Like they were, and
Yeah.
it was like when they came out of the gallbladder or and the liver,
Mm-hmm.
it was like slow and then pop.
Pop.
Like
Yeah.
you could feel it coming out, like it was like you were pushing something out, squeezing something from a tube. So that was a weird feeling, but I was like, ooh, I feel it moving. So I was like really happy about that.
Yeah.
So after I actually stayed still longer than 20 minutes, um, I did more like 40 minutes. I was just like still, I really wanted this thing to work
Yeah.
and not do anything. And then I actually fell asleep in that position for 2 hours, at which point I was awakened by my bile diarrhea that rushed me to the toilet again. And this time at midnight, I had two stones that came out.
Wow.
So, um, so I was like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna keep doing this. And by this time, I could feel it really, really flowing in me. So from 12 to like 1:30, I just kept running back and forth to the bathroom. And like, the bile was coming out. I didn't see any real solid stones. If I did, they were like really like pebble size. They were
Yeah.
tiny, very tiny. But there was a lot of bile. Like I didn't know that my body could produce so much bile at one time. It was amazing how much bile came from my body
Yeah.
Saturday, all day Saturday, all evening Saturday,
Wow.
and even into this morning, Sunday. Um, so yeah, so then about 2 o'clock, I hit you up again because I was like, I can't sleep. So, because it was like my body was just like, ooh, Jesus,
Yeah.
what is going on
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
So, and I just couldn't sleep. So, I still, we talked a little bit, you and I, and then
Mm-hmm.
when I hung up from you, I still had to go to the bathroom. So I was still going to the bathroom again, and like like I said, little pebbles were coming out. So by the time I took this 6 a.m. dose, I did fall asleep eventually. I got like 2 hours in. And then I got up at 6 and I had a cup of warm water, of distilled water.
Right.
Um, and I drank that. And so I kept using, see, my time frame, I kept using the time frame of like in between 6 and 6:30 to do everything.
Okay.
8 and 8:30 to do
Yeah.
everything because the book says like it gives you like a little leeway. So
Yeah.
I didn't do it exactly on the
Exactly.
hour. So um, so at that 6 a.m. one, I took it, and then yeah, it was like the floodgates opened, and
Yeah.
like like the stones just started pouring out, and
And I think
they were.
the warm water really helps out from you just laying all night, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
then they have you drink that first cup of warm water and then
Mm-hmm.
followed by the Epsom salt. I think it
Yeah.
has a lot of, it helps out. getting the things
right.
moving more.
Yeah, absolutely. It opened up the floodgates. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, they weren't like the ones that I had expelled at midnight and at 1 o'clock, they were like the size of a green pea.
Okay.
So then, like the ones at 6 o'clock, they were like the size of like a healthy size raisin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and all of my stones were brown. They were all dark. I saw a
Wow.
few like pewter green type ones, but
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, they were all like dark brown, dark brown, dark brown.
Wow.
And I didn't see any black ones, but they were like really, really dark brown. So yeah, and then 8 o'clock, I took the last dose, and I, I really had, I'm not gonna lie, I had to struggle with that last dose of Epsom salt. Like I sat on the edge of my bed just looking at it for like, like, come
Yeah,
on, you
because
can do it, you can do it,
I would,
you can do it.
yeah, I
And
would think, do I really need this? I already,
right, right,
you
right.
know,
But
I
you need to
don't
keep
need to
those
drink this,
bile
do
ducts
I? But you
open.
do.
Yeah, yeah, you need to keep those bile ducts open. They really have to stay
Yeah.
open so that because the stones are constantly passing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and because I had stones even, even so I finished that last one at 8 o'clock, and then I still had like a few stones coming out all morning. So, yeah, I'm for sure. I didn't want to pick up any because I saw, some of you guys in the group, they were like picking up the stones and showing it like, oh, this is what my stone looks like. I was not going through all of that bile and sludge, and I was like, no, I'm not touching
Yeah.
it. The bile is extremely oily.
Mm-hmm.
When it's really good flow, it's it's extremely oily. So I was like, nah, I'm not digging my hand down in there to
Yeah.
get any
Yeah.
stuff
Well,
like
you
that.
get gloves. You got gloves.
Yeah, but still, even with gloves, I was just like, nah, I'm good, I'm good. So I was just satisfied seeing them floating around. That was
Yeah.
enough for
Yeah.
me. So anyway, so after 8 o'clock, I can say that like, I was so exhausted. I was so because it was like, man, like I have respect for women even more now because I felt like I was giving birth all night. Like seriously, it was crazy. It was crazy. I
Yeah.
felt I never felt so exhausted in my life after doing any type of cleanse.
Yeah.
Like it was, woo, and it was. I mean, for lack of a better term, it really was surgery because like
Yeah.
you go through this whole thing. It was like, and then like when it's finished, you go into like recovery mode and like, but your body can't. You can't like I couldn't drink anything. I couldn't eat anything this morning because like I was so tired and my abdomen, it wasn't my liver that was hurting, but my abdomen was so like tired, I guess from contracting and retracting, contracting and retracting.
Yeah.
So that was very, very, it created a lot of fatigue for me. So like I was exhausted. I knew I was dehydrated, but I was trying to take sips of the distilled water and I just couldn't I couldn't get more, than a few sips in.
Yeah.
So, and then, so I stayed awake, and then at 10:15, around 10:15, I had my first glass of juice.
Okay.
But it wasn't even a full glass. It was like only a few sips of that, and I had to dilute it with water
Yeah.
because
Wow.
it was very, ooh, my body was just like, yo, what did you do to me? Like you just like,
Got rid of some stuff, you know.
it was amazing. I have to admit, like once the after looking back at it now, I was just
Hmm.
like, all of that came out of me. Like that was amazing.
Yeah.
That now I
Yeah.
see why they call it the amazing liver and gallbladder flush
Amazing.
because that stuff, like you would never think to see that stuff. That you would
No.
think it would come out of you. We know that we produce bile, but to the
So
extent that
much.
you can, really heal yourself and like use your body's own elements to fix yourself. That's
Right.
amazing to me. That's really amazing to me.
But the thing
So
is, let everybody know too. Now, you did do a lot of drinking the whole week. You're not going to have all
right,
that bile come out if you're not
right.
keeping your body
That's
well
true. You
hydrated, and
you
you did
have
that.
to you have to like here I have my gallon jug right by my bed
Yeah,
actually. So
yeah. You got to
and
drink.
you have to drink. You have to drink. If you don't drink, like you're not going to have that kind of bile flow. You just
Nope.
won't. And that's in conjunction with the apple juice. It's not just the
Right.
apple juice by itself. So I was like peeing like a racehorse the first 5 days, and like even I think I went to the bathroom, but like my urine was clear, the clearest it's been in a long time. So
Yeah.
I knew that I was hydrated, but you have to do that so that that bile can work properly for you. And yeah, I like I said, I and then at 10:30, so at 10:30 I had my first bit of juice, and then at 11:15 I had like my first piece of fruit.
Okay.
Like I had a kiwi. That was all that I was able to put down this morning. Like I couldn't eat, I couldn't put anything into my body. So then,
Wow.
I took a nap and everything because I was just really, really tired. Like from the entire ordeal. It was just
Yeah.
very exhausting, very exhausting. But this evening I had my first meal and only veggies and rice, basmati rice, a little bit of basmati rice. Um, and I feel like the only thing, like I said, my abdomen is still a little sore, but otherwise, like I'm starting to feel like really clear minded, and um like I feel alert. Like I looked in the mirror. I think I told you I was looking in the mirror, and I was just like, wow, I just feel alert. I look alert.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um that's something I'm really looking forward to seeing, as the days progress, how things will start to improve with my liver and my body as a whole
Right.
in general, because this is something that I'm in for the long haul, and I'm curious to see if I'm going to have any more stones throughout the week, like you told me about your mom.
Yeah.
So, that's crazy,
It is.
tomorrow I have to, yeah, go ahead.
It's crazy. I wanted to, because I told you, Mom, she did hers on the 28th, and then
Hmm.
today is what? The 7th?
Right.
Yes, the 7th. And she just said maybe she had the same kind of pain that you had with your stomach sore or something like that, but she just said she
Hmm.
just all of a sudden felt sick today, and she just
Hmm.
felt the urge to do a water enema. So she did the water enema, and then
Hmm.
she had nickel-sized gallstones that came out
That's
so late.
crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
everybody's different. So,
Right. Yeah. So
but they're out.
yeah, I'm definitely in it though. Like this new cleansing and lifestyle is it has to be a lifestyle. It can't be just something that you just want to get healthy and then you're done. You have to like incorporate it permanently. It's
That's right.
not something that you're gonna just do a few times and be done with it because you think you've been healed. Because guess what? If you stop doing it, the stones come back. So
They come back, and your symptoms come back worse than what
right.
they were before.
Exactly. So
So,
I definitely recommend that if you start on it, stick with it. Don't just stop doing it.
yeah,
Um, and also, so like tomorrow, I go in for the second colonic. So I'm curious to see if there are going to be any more stones that are coming from, my colon that
yeah,
couldn't come out before.
right.
Um, but yeah, I'm happy to be getting all these toxins out of my body. I feel like this is a step in the right direction.
It is.
And like I went into this fast. So when I came back from Japan, I was 384 pounds. And when I weighed myself on the scale, then I was like, okay, it's time to, start changing. So I lost like 4 pounds in like a week. And then I was like, okay, I need to start doing more. And then I started with this liver flush and I went from 380 and now I'm 366.
Look at
So
that.
it's like, and I'm like, I can only imagine what it's going to be like once because I need to give myself a few days now just to let my body heal
Yeah.
from what this has been for me. Because I'm just too sore to be like, okay, I'm going straight into this long 5 day dry
Yes.
fast and all that.
Mm-hmm. No, you just.
I need I need 1 or 2 days,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
to get my body right. So before I go head first, but I am definitely in it though, because this thing works.
It
It
does.
works,
It does.
and what
I
can I
think some
say?
people they might have some questions on there. Do you see any questions on there? They might
Um,
be asking you.
let's see. Swipe
I
left
can't.
to read it. I don't know why it says quiet mode turned on.
I see Sonia. There's no question. She says good info. And there's Bernice. How often are you scheduled to go in for your colonics?
So for me, um, I set up my colonics around my flush time. So when and I arrange my flush time around my new moon and full moon cycles, according to the book. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so if you guys don't have the book, get the book. It's called The Amazing Liver and Gallbladder Flush by Andreas Moritz.
That's
So
right.
I don't know what I did with my book. I can't find it. It's some
I got mine holding up my phone kind of in a way. I can't move mine right now.
right. So anyway,
Let me read.
it's go
Let me
ahead.
read another one to you. Hold on. It's from Innately. I'm reading the book now, but was hoping you put together a daily plan. Put together a daily plan.
Yeah, you can you know, what's this old saying? Like, if you want to see God laugh, tell him your plans. Because I can tell you now that when you start this goal, this liver and gallbladder flush, you can throw plans out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's because your body is going to do what it needs to do at that moment, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
Right.
So, as far as plans are concerned, you can make an outline of
Yeah.
what you like to do, and hopefully that can work for you. Like for me, my only goal and my only schedule plan that I gave myself was to eat fruits and vegetables and nuts and drink distilled water. That was my entire thing, because on Saturday you can't eat anything. When you actually get ready to do the procedure, you can't no eating after 1:30 p.m.
Right.
So you want to make sure you're putting the right types of foods in you during the week leading up to that fast, up to that flush, because once that day comes, you have to draw from that strength of eating all those healthy nutrients to get beyond that next day. I'm telling you, that thing is the
Yeah.
devil.
Yeah.
But it's the devil in a good way, I guess you can say, because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it helped me a lot. It
Yeah.
really did.
Yeah.
um just eating, and the thing is, like, I wasn't like, okay, I'm going to eat two pieces of fruit and one that, no, 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 I did it according to what my body felt it needed.
Right.
So in the moment, like whatever the case was, I was like, okay, well, I'm having like some days, like I would eat, they have like the mini watermelons.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I would take half of a mini watermelon, and that would be it. That and a handful of cashews, and that would be it for
Okay.
me today, for that entire day. So, or I take honeydew melon. I have like strawberries, kiwis, a lot of fruit, and then
Okay.
I had like tomatoes and cucumbers. I love tomatoes and cucumbers, so like I
I
would
think
alternate.
she's I think she said, hold on a second. It says plan meaning, this is what she meant by a plan. Plan
Hmm.
meaning day one, take this, day two, etc. Cheryl had her mom on a schedule. Will I get all this? I can't see it all, sweetheart. I don't know if I hit my screen or what. Nope. Okay. Will I get all this from the book? No, not really. You have to come up with your own plan.
Hmm.
You know what you're going to eat because everybody likes different things. Like as far as with my mom, I knew what kind of vegetables and fruits and grains that she liked and how to prepare them. So there's some people that won't eat potatoes at all or rice or anything during that week.
Hmm.
But it just depends on what depends on what you like. But the main thing that you have to plan is you can't eat anything processed. So if you know you can't eat anything
Right.
processed, you just make up things along the way. When you saw my videos on there, I was making things up. I really had no idea what I was going to cook my mom. It just ended up being good. As long as you got your fresh vegetables and fruits there,
Yeah, she says, okay.
you can make up anything. You can make up whatever, and it's going to be good for you. So
Yeah, definitely. Like that, get creative.
yeah,
Like really get creative, because that's what I had to do. Like when you're used to eating a certain way that's pretty much unhealthy for the most part, and then you have to start eating healthy, um, you want to get creative with those things so that it's still enjoyable, so that you don't get tired of it.
right.
Because if you start eating like everything, like I'm on a schedule that I'm going to have this today and this tomorrow, that or whatever, you can get tired of the monotony.
Yeah.
So you want to be spontaneous in what you're doing, so that you can actually, always, like it's like a new adventure. So what am I feeling today? What do I feel like having today? And that's how I was. Like I would say, okay, well, I don't really feel like fruit today, so I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
eat cucumbers.
Yeah.
You know, so like you have to listen to your body, because it will speak to you during this process. It will tell you
Exactly.
exactly. Like I'm not craving sugar. I was craving salt at one point. So then I would have like pink Himalayan salt
Yeah.
with my cucumbers or with my watermelon or whatever, you know? So just get like whatever works for you is what you need to, you know.
And another thing is make sure you shop ahead of time. Get everything that you think you
Yes.
want. Don't wait till the first day to go get something or the middle of the week and you run out of something because you're going to get tired
Yep.
the later, the sooner it comes to the flush,
Right.
by the sixth day. Sixth day, you don't want to have anything else to do.
Mm-hmm.
You want to really rest that day and be stress free, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
buy way ahead of time.
So I know there were some people that were asking earlier today. They're not on here right now, but some people that were asking earlier today, um, how do you know how much to eat? Your body will tell you.
Yeah,
Your body will tell you what it don't. You don't eat to get stuffed.
that's right.
You have to eat to feel satisfied, and still leave like a little room, for that hunger to be there,
Right.
but enough that you're satiated. So that at least that was the case for me. I didn't stuff myself.
Right.
You know,
And the book says that. The book says don't overeat
right, exactly.
continually. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, there were some people that came on earlier today and were asking me questions like, "Oh, I want to try this and I want to get this." So, guys, the only way that you can really learn to do something is by doing the research yourself. Um, I can ask 10,000 questions, but the best way to get the answers that you want is to look for the book,
Hmm.
look for outside sources. Like during my downtime for these past 5 days, I was like watching like fasting documentaries. Um, uh, what else did I watch? Uh, I watched about Cole Robinson, his snake diet thing. Uh, there were different things, and then of course I reviewed the chapters about the liver and gallbladder flush from the book because I had finished the book already, but I reviewed it again just to make sure that I was doing everything right and taking all the right
Hmm.
proper steps. So for the people that come on later and say, oh, well, how did you do this? How did you do that? You have to follow the guidelines of the book. And the only way to know the guidelines of the book, yeah, okay, you can go in the file of the group, of the AHA group, and they have the directions for the liver flush itself, but you won't understand what you're doing because you haven't read the other chapters. So you can get the instructions to do it, but you won't have the knowledge of how to execute it.
Right. And the
So,
exceptions, because there's alternatives that you can do just in case you
exactly,
got something else going on. So you really need the whole book. There's
exactly.
something else written from Innately. She goes, "You guys are really helping me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I
I'm
see it.
waiting to do my first flush with Cheryl at the." Oh, okay. So I think the 21st, sweetheart, 21st of this month.
So brown eyes, make sure that when you do this flush, that you have the week that you don't have much activity, and that on the sixth day that you have no activity at all because you need to be close to the bathroom. You need to be in a comfortable position because you are going to need it, the strength, all
Yeah.
the strength you can get. But
Yeah.
it's so worth it. Like I'm so glad that I did it, that I did it, because I know it's only going to get easier from here because I've never done anything this extreme with my body before. I think I had a crash course in everything. So for me, like the colonic and then all of this flushing out and then the stones coming out, my body just said, "Whoa," you know.
Hmm.
But I think that the next go round that when I do it, because even like you were talking about alternatives, like in the book it talks about taking apple juice every single day, um, and the Epsom salt. But there's alternatives to it. Like if you
Right.
can't really do apple juice, if you don't like apple juice, then you can take tart cherry juice.
Hmm.
So and the dosage is different. So like with the apple juice, like I had to drink like 32 ounces of apple juice a day, and I love apple juice. But when I tell you right now, I don't care if I see another glass of apple
Yeah.
juice for a
Well,
while.
you remember when I kept asking you, I think I said you might be tired of me asking, do you still like apple juice each day?
Yeah, like it was definitely like even this morning, like I only took a few sips of apple juice. I was like, that's it. Like I don't need nothing else right now. I don't want to see any more apple juice right now. So
Wow.
my next go round, I'm definitely going to use the tart cherry juice because
Thank
that is
you.
only 8 ounces a day that you have to
I
have.
know.
So
That's what made my
that's
decision.
one glass.
There you go. And
So
it's
I'm
kind of
definitely
hard. The thing with that one is you got to try to let it sip on that throughout the
Right,
day. It's kind of hard to
right,
do that because sometimes I just want to drink it down and be done with
right,
it, and you can't
right,
do
right,
that.
right. hmm
You
But I
know.
definitely, I'll take that any day over a whole, like I was, because I used Simply apple juice, which is
Okay.
only 100% apple juice.
Mhm.
It's not from concentrate, it's
Right.
pure pressed.
Right.
So that's a really good brand for people who do decide they want to go that route.
If they
It's a
want to
really
go that
good,
route.
or if you want to drink healthy juice, it's a really good juice because there's no preservatives, there's nothing in it. It's just
Yeah.
100 pure pressed apple
Yeah.
juice. But yeah, I took that and um, the, the Epsom salt I had, and I already. And here's the thing about the Epsom salt, like I because I know I detest, and I use that word
Mhm.
strongly.
Yes.
I detest um, uh, Epsom salt solution for enemas and for constipation
Mhm.
and things like that. I like to take the magnesium citrate, so I actually bought magnesium citrate first.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when I read in the gallbladder flush itself, it said second best
Second best. Yeah.
is the magnesium citrate. So I was like, well, this is my first flush. I want the best. I
That's
want
right.
I want the
That's
strongest.
right.
But baby, I'm gonna tell you, since all of this stuff is all out of me now, the
Mhm.
second go around, I'm doing the citrate.
The
I'm
citrate now.
definitely doing.
It's gonna work regardless. It'll work
Yeah.
regardless. So.
Yeah. So the main thing about that is to have the magnesium in your system. You got to
Right.
have that magnesium sulfate in your system.
Yeah.
So in order to get the bile to relax, the bile
Right.
ducts to relax, and the bile to flow, you have to
Right.
have that magnesium. So for those of you that choose the Epsom salt, go for it.
Yeah.
But for those of you that want to take the liquid magnesium citrate, it's a
Do
better
that.
option and it's easier to go down. It tastes like warm Sprite. So
I'm sticking with the Epsom salt. I'm gonna go hardcore. I'm going.
yeah, God bless you. God bless. Maybe I'll alternate. I'll see how I feel on the second.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
Well,
be
you'll
strong.
find out. You'll see what's best, and then you might go
Right.
back to the Epsom salt. Someone was
Yeah.
asking about what day do you start the flush? I know for me, I started on Sunday. It works best for me. So you got to find what day is best for you.
So I started on Monday.
Yeah.
So my sixth day was Saturday when I didn't have to go anywhere or do anything.
Right. Right.
And yeah, and so then Sunday, if I were going to church or whatever, I would, get up and go to church. But this Sunday I didn't get up
Yeah,
and
you ain't going. I always tell people you're
yeah,
not going because some people think they're
yeah.
gonna go. I said just make
No,
sure you're close to that door.
I'm telling you. Have
Close.
the usher put the finger up and escort you
Yeah.
where you need to go. Because I'm telling you, it's you are definitely going to be, as I call it, the
Yeah.
throne. You're going to be sitting on that throne
Yeah.
all of Saturday.
Yeah.
So be
Especially if
prepared.
especially if you kept yourself hydrated. Now, one more. I see another question. You can switch. You don't have to drink just apple juice the whole time. You can do one day with the apple juice. The next day, you can do something else. There's
hmm
something written in the book that you can do that. So that's the answer to the next question.
hmm
Okay, I wanted to get that real
Yeah.
quick.
So
Okay.
what day of the month? So, and for me, the most important thing, as far as the book is concerned, they say to try. They don't. It's not a demand. It's not a must. But they say
Yeah.
try to do your flushes with the cycles of the moon.
Yes. Yes.
So, because our body tends to retain more when it's what is the full moon,
Yeah. So
and then the
you
new
do
moon we
do it in
release more.
between. I don't know why I'm
Yes,
getting
we're gonna
cold
do it
now.
the best time to do it is in between the full moon and the new moon.
Yeah.
So because by the new moon you release more.
Right.
You let go more. So and it's just something that our bodies do.
Yeah.
We have a circadian clock. If you guys don't know what the circadian rhythm is, then you guys need to look up the word circadian. Um, to help you with that because our bodies we are timed with the stars.
Yeah.
you know so we definitely are timed with the stars, and the full moons and things like that, they help us. People for centuries have been following the moon cycles
Right.
for harvesting and things like that.
There you
So
go. There you go.
um
And mainly you don't want to your flush day or flush night, you want to
mhm.
make sure it's not the full moon that day. So don't
Right,
do it on that day especially.
right,
You can start your flush and then by the end of the week then, the full moon's gone.
right,
But don't do it on full moon day.
exactly,
Sure. Yeah.
exactly. So like I did, mine was timed just right. I did it like right before the new moon.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so because I think today is the new moon.
Is it?
So I believe
Wow.
so. Yeah.
I
So
gotta look at the calendar on mine. If I'm gonna start, I think I'm starting the 21st of this
hmm
month.
okay.
Start the
So
flush.
my next cycle I'm starting next month uh at the same time frame
Yeah,
because there's also a new moon and full moon cycle then.
yeah.
So I'm trying, and I look for December as well. So there's one for December
One
as
more
well in
time.
the first week. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep for the rest of this year,
There you
these
go.
last 3 months, doing it in that cycle. And in the meantime, then I'll start doing once my body heals from this process, to start doing the different types of fasting,
Okay.
um, so that I can really, really start to get healthy and feel better and clearer. And yeah, I'm excited. So
You did wonderful. That's all I can say. You did really, really, really well. It was
yeah,
fun hanging out with you last night and this morning.
yeah. I know, right? I hope I didn't get on your nerves because I was like, oh my
No, you
God.
didn't. No, I always have a whole bunch of energy. If I get to help someone on this, you got my 100% attention. So you did
Awesome.
very
I
well.
appreciate everything you did because
Yeah.
like the first 5 days I was golden. I didn't need any
Yeah.
help. But then like going through the process, I was like, okay, do I need to do this? Do I really need to do? So, and once you get over the initial shock,
hmm
like, because my thing is like now I know what to expect.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't think that my next time is going to be as shocking or as
Right.
tedious or as fatigued because now my body knows what to expect. Like
Right.
before, it was the fear of knowing. If you can get over that fear of wanting to know, that fear of knowing,
Right.
um, this would be really easy for you to get through. You
Yeah.
know. So and I had like I said, I had a lot of blockage in my colon. So when I had my colonics, that's why I set up a series of colonics that just so happened to be able to coincide with the flushes,
Right.
so that I can continue to clean out my colon, so that my
There you
colon
go.
can become regular. Because the more regular your colon is, the more the stones are able to pass through,
There you go.
and
There's no
also the more that
blockage.
the bile is able to help excrete them. So it, it's um, it's great. I'm so glad that I decided to do this, and I mean, I'm in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as the months go by, I plan on doing more, posts and videos, and
Yeah.
and hopefully of my progress with my I shouldn't say weight loss, but fat loss, because you're not losing weight, you're losing fat. Um,
Yeah.
but even with that, like Deontay and all of these other you guys are so inspiring in what you do in this
hmm
group, and I really really thank Chris. I'm looking forward to my journal that I ordered. It should be coming sometime
Yeah.
this week, so I'm happy about that. And I'm going to be documenting all my stuff in there. And the next gallbladder flush, I'll be hitting you up again. And saying, yes, it's go time, it's go time. So,
See, and
I
the
hope to
thing
have
is, too,
hundreds of
you'll be
more.
able to help out a lot more guys too as well. I don't see too many
Yeah.
guys doing the liver
hmm
gallbladder flush. So
Yeah, there was a brother that hit me up earlier today, and he
yeah,
said that he wanted to do it and he didn't know what to do.
yeah,
Guys, you have to get the book.
yeah,
I can't stress that enough. You really have to get the book.
yep.
I know people don't want to read and you just want to take a shortcuts, but sometimes shortcut isn't always the best cut.
hmm
Sometimes you have to go the long route. And like I took the time, it took me weeks because I didn't have much time. I had a
Yeah,
very busy schedule this summer, so I couldn't read it every day like I wanted. But I
yeah,
finished the book and then I reviewed the book. So you have to do these things to make sure that you understand what's happening to your body and why you're doing it for your body.
right.
Um,
You know what
I
else that helped me too, even before I finished the book? All the videos on YouTube from Andreas
yep,
Moritz.
yep,
All those.
yep,
I mean, I kept replaying those videos so I
yep,
can learn more
yep.
and
Me
more and
too.
make sure.
Yep.
So yeah,
That and then watching all of the testimonials, even from the AHA family, a healthy alternative.
hmm
Everybody like just watching, like even like Justin Howell.
yeah,
He didn't do the liver flush at the time of his video. He hadn't done it yet. Um, but seeing his transformation of just being disciplined, because the best thing that people, this is for people who are overweight. The best thing that people the best thing that I've heard, I should say,
hmm
from everybody is that, when I was eating, 4 and 5 hamburgers, which I wasn't, but, when I was eating 4 and 5 hamburgers,
hmm
and eating a whole bunch of fries and junk food, nobody was concerned about my health then. But the moment that I want to start to do something proper for myself and get healthy for myself, everybody turns into a nutritionist. And
Yeah.
so that's amazing to me, because people don't understand. You talk about fasting and they want to turn it down and they shut it down, and even doctors, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But as Deontay said on his one of his videos, he talked about his water fasting and how he met with his doctor at work,
Mm-hmm.
and the doctor was just like, "Yeah, so what are you doing?" And he's thinking that it's because of all his pills that he prescribed
Yeah.
Deontay, and it's because Deontay's been fasting with water, and his leg healed, and all of these different things healed.
Amazing.
Fasting heals. It works. And
It
if
does.
you don't understand that, I mean, even Jesus himself said some things only come out by fasting and
Amen.
praying.
Yeah.
So there's no way. So the fasting aspect, you have to fast. You have to. Your body needs that time off to recuperate from
It does.
everything that has been taken in. And with the gallbladder flush on that day 6, you definitely gonna fast. You are definitely gonna fast.
Yeah.
Like, no
Yeah.
doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
So okay, so yeah, um Brown Eye said just get the ebook. If there's a full ebook, then yeah, get the ebook.
Yeah.
If it'll help you read it faster. Whatever it is that you guys need to get, then get it, because I'm telling you, the book is amazing.
It is.
Like, my book is just is marked up with highlighters from from
Nice.
you know.
Mine's a
So
mess.
yeah, yeah. Well, mine's a mess too. It got drenched in the rain too, because I was like reading it everywhere. It
Yeah.
just got so. Um, but that's good. It shows you had good use out of it. That you're taking it
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
So, guys, go for it. Don't be afraid of it. Just go for it. Yes, you're gonna be on the toilet, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be a really, really, really rewarding thing for you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, are there any more
th-
questions
yeah,
out
looking, I don't see.
there?
I
What's the
see
last?
Denise gave a thumbs up. Carol Anderson gave a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Other than that,
And then I'll just repost it, and then there'll be more on there later
yep. Have you ever to hear something and don't want to hear it at the same time? Yeah, so that was Bernice's first thing. She said, have you ever needed to hear something and don't want to hear it at the same time?
At the same time, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. That's why I did the liver and gallbladder flush,
Mm-hmm.
because it was I work with a lot of Japanese people,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the members of a choir that I have, um, her husband, she and her husband both are doctors,
Mm-hmm.
and he's all about homeopathy, and she's a pediatrician, and they both do the liver and gallbladder flush twice a year. Um, they eat healthy all the time. Japanese people normally eat healthy anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but he posted a Facebook post talking about your liver. And I saw that post, and that's what started me on this entire
Oh wow.
journey,
Wow.
because he made one simple post talking about if you clean out your liver, your whole body just heals itself. And I was just like, wow, like seriously, like, and it made me think. And he talked about milk thistle, you
Mm.
know, natural herb that that helps to cleanse the liver. And so I actually have, let me see if I can get it here. So this is something that I use as a supplement, um, and it's all natural. It's not
Yeah.
a bunch of processed stuff in it.
Yeah.
So one of the things in the book, it talks about chanca piedra, and
Mm.
piedra, it helps to soften the stones.
Yeah.
So this
Wow.
this supplement has chanca piedra in it. You know, it also has milk thistle seed, angelica root, uh, artichoke leaf,
Wow.
dandelion root. Dandelion root, guys, you can go right outside your backyard and
Go
get
get
some
yeah.
dandelions and put into a tea, seep it in water, and make a tea out of it and drink it.
Yeah.
Like things like that, like simple things that we've been trying to kill weeds and dandelions for years,
I know. I know.
for years,
Yeah.
and we
I,
don't
I
have
remember
to.
picking them up and throwing. I mean, my dad used to make us go outside early in the morning, go pick up anything yellow out there, dandelions, and put them in
Right,
the
right,
top of
right,
the garbage can.
right,
So I hate dandelions.
right. But dandelions, turns out, are
Yeah.
beneficial for our
A good
body.
thing.
It's a good
Wow.
thing. The leaves, the leafy greens of the dandelion root, you can make a nice salad with.
Wow.
and still get those nutrients,
Wow.
that you need that helps the liver.
Mhm. Mhm.
So there's like so many things that if you just take the time to research, I'm constantly researching and looking for new ways to keep up, with my liver improvement and things like that. Because you want to be your best self, people. That's the only way you're able to help somebody else if you help yourself first.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, I've probably talked enough.
Probably tired and worn out. I know I'm
Yeah,
gonna go to bed at a reasonable time. Hopefully, I better go at a reasonable time, huh?
I like your Adinkra symbols, by the way. Your Nyame Shirawo
Oh,
Yame. Yeah, that's cool. Well, I was in Ghana in 2011,
huh?
and so I got a chance to see all the Adinkra symbols and visit a lot of places
Wow,
there. Yeah,
wow.
nice.
I didn't even know. You know more than I know on that. I just thought they were beautiful, so I had to get
No,
them.
that's it. It means God bless.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, if
All
you guys,
right.
so languages are a big thing for me. So
Wow, that's neat. All I know is one language. So you speak more than one language then too, I suppose?
I
Do you
speak
speak
7 languages. Yeah,
seven languages?
yeah,
Amazing. Phew, amazing. That is so
yeah.
neat.
So that's why when I saw the symbol, I was like, oh, it's a Adinkra symbol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, that is so neat. My
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah.
Nice.
They gotta take you with
So
me so I can know what everybody's saying around me.
absolutely. People do it all the time. I've been many a
Yeah.
pocket translator for people.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah,
What's in
awesome.
that last thing? Oh, it says know your environment before just running out and picking dandelions. Yeah, that's what I get scared of. The pesticides are everywhere, especially here
Yeah, of
in
course.
Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. That's definitely, don't of course, you just don't want to go out there and you see dogs, all on it and then, "Oh, I'm gonna pick those up and eat those." No, of course. You want to make sure that they're in a decent
Yeah.
environment for you to do that, a conducive
Yeah.
environment for you to pick. Um,
Exactly.
but that's a good point to make, like,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Well, everybody, are we going to sleep now? Are we going out?
Right, right, right. No more questions. No more questions.
I can't see any.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, my new friend Cheryl and mentor.
Yeah, we helped each other out. We helped each other out. So we had a wonderful time. So thank you so
Absolutely.
much. And
Thank
thank you for
you.
doing a wonderful job. You really worked hard this whole week. So
Thank you so much. Yeah, I did. I, I can't deny it. I can't be humble
um,
about it. I did.
you did. You did. You put,
I
I mean, you
absolutely
did
did.
100%. Who's
Yeah.
that? Going to bed. Have a great night. All right. Good night, Carol Anderson.
Oh, good night, Carol. Yeah.
All right. All
Awesome.
right. So I'll
Cool.
talk to you soon. Okay. You
Absolutely.
take care of yourself. All
All
right.
right. You
All right.
too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.